Attachment to our business. Now, in psychotherapy and psychology, there are four main attachment types that we have in relationships with others. The first is a secure attachment. So this is the obvious healthy attachment, where we are connected with the other person, emotionally attuned with the other person in a healthy fashion, but we are still seen as separate individuals. The second attachment style is anxious attachment, also can be known as ambivalent, where two people are enmeshed with each other. So there's a lot of anxiety and ambivalence in that relationship, but the two people almost get enmeshed into one. The third is an avoidant attachment, where the person basically is disconnected from the other person and avoids any kind of emotional attachment, and it's quite separate in an unhealthy way. The fourth is disorganized attachment, which is the most unhealthy style of attachment, where the person is completely misattuned, disconnected, disorganized, non-attached, non-attuned, and just there's complete chaos in that relationship. So if you think about yourself and your business, how do you think that you're attached to your business? Do you think you have a secure and healthy attachment to your business? Because what I have found is that many business owners tend to veer a little bit more commonly into the anxious ambivalent attachment style, where they feel like they're enmeshed, they are one, so they are their business. There's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of ambivalence, but basically there's no separation and they are one with their business. And this is very common because, as business owners, we start our business and we start feeling like we are the business, but in reality, we're not. We are two separate entities, us as humans and individuals, and our business as a separate entity. And the healthiest form of attachment that you can have in relationships, but also with your business, is secure. So seeing yourself as separate from the business. So you're not the business. So that, you can step away at times and let your team take over and make important decisions as well, is super healthy for your practice. So in thinking about your business, do you feel like you are one with it? Because if you are, and there is a level of anxious attachment, what can happen is we can start coming from and making decisions from a very emotive place. And when we're doing that, it can start getting irrational, it can start becoming disorganized, and it can be quite unhealthy, not just for us, but for the business as an entity, because it's just not a healthy way to own your business. So these are a couple of things to think about when you're thinking about your attachment style, but also your attachment in the business, right? And a couple of ways to help detach you if you feel like you are in that anxious space is just reminding yourself that the business is a separate entity. Secondly, you're able to make better decisions in that business, in that entity, if you are coming from a secure and healthy place separate from the business. And thirdly, think about what advice you give to your friends or other people in business. That's coming from a third perspective. That's coming from a secure attachment style because you're not emotionally attached. And 9 times out of 10, you can probably give really great sound advice where, that person can't see the forest from the trees because they're so enmeshed in it. So just a little thought to think about coming into the new year about your style of attachment and, what you can put into place to kind of make a few changes to make it more secure and healthy to benefit not only you, but also for your business.